Hi folks, Ray here. We seem to hear about ethical issues in the news all the time anymore. But let me ask you this. Have you ever had to deal with a conflict of interest, possibly between your employer and your own personal interests? If so, don't sweat it. It's normal. It's natural. However, it is very important how you deal with those conflicts of interest. What I want to do today is give you some tips on how to deal with conflicts of interest that can help protect you as well as your reputation. A conflict of interest is when you have competing interests or loyalties around some type of decision or action. These competing interests can corrupt the decision-making process. Okay, let's say you're considering buying a house from your brother-in-law. You want the best deal, but you also don't want to deal with a heated negotiation that upsets the whole family. The conflicting interests are, first of all, that you want the best deal, and secondly, you also want good relations with your family. So what to do? What I'd like for you to do is remember the acronym ART. We'll get the tips from Mona Lisa herself. She'll give you 3 actions that may be appropriate to get you through the situation. In this case, ART stands for avoid, remove yourself, and transparency. First, we'll talk about avoid. Avoiding is when you try to remove the decision from ever happening. The decision about buying the house from your brother-in-law is the problem, so forget it. There's other houses. That's avoiding. However, in some cases, you can't make the decision go away. For example, say your employer asks you to hire a consultant and you find out that one of the applicants is a very close friend. This creates a conflicting interest for you. You want to help your friend out however you can, but you also want to be unbiased and fair to your employer. You can't remove the decision, as a consultant must be hired by your company. And also, your friend deserves an equal shot at obtaining the position. Which moves us to our next option, removing yourself. In the consultant hiring case, because your good friend is one of the candidates, it may be the best option to excuse yourself from the hiring decision. You have a good reason that all parties should understand. But what about buying your brother-in-law's house? It's difficult to remove yourself from that position as you are integral to the decision. But there is an option. You can take advantage of something referred to as arm's length rule. That's where you find an independent broker to recommend a fair selling price. This removes you from the conflicting interest part of the decision. It can work and everyone is happy. The final option is transparency. This is useful when you are involved in a situation when there's no clear way to avoid the situation or remove yourself. The best thing to do in this situation is to disclose all relevant information to the party involved. With no secrecy around the matter, you are being open and honest about any potential conflict. And that's always a good idea. So remember these 3 approaches when dealing with conflict. And as Mona Lisa says, now you know your options. I hope this was helpful for you today. Until next time, take care.